least the Thunderdome makes it look a little bit different. The problem that I was having before they did the Thunderdome stuff was when they would do promos, they didn't change their shtick. They basically were still trying to talk to a non-existent crowd. They were looking around. They're so scripted right now, coming up through the Performance Center and stuff, that they only know how to deliver promos one way, and that was to an audience. So they were still going through that routine, but it wasn't working because they were looking at no one. So it just fell flat. Now at least they're looking at faces in the crowd in the Thunderdome, and it's working. So again, when we film these episodes, obviously we have a production crew, we have a lights and sound. It's a big deal. Even though they're 5-6 minute shorts, it still takes a big process and a big ordeal to kind of plan one of these things. So when we were planning the shoot with the Sheik, his manager kind of informed us that the Sheik is a little bit temperamental, so you never know what you're going to get the day of the shoot. So there's a chance he might not do it. And I was like, what are you talking about? He might not do it. I have my whole crew, lights and cameras. And, if we're going to come there, he's got to do it. So long story short, on the day of the shoot, his manager informed me, listen, we don't think the Sheik is going to do it. He's a little bit, he's a little fussy today. So I'm not even going to bring it up to him. I'm so sorry. Now, I was already set up in the men's bathroom to do this shoot in the same club that the Sheik was performing at that night. And I literally ran into the other room, grabbed the Sheik. He was in a wheelchair. I grabbed him by the wheelchair and literally just rolled him onto set. I didn't even ask him. I just took him onto my set. And the funny story is Nikolai Volkov was not originally in that shoot. When I grabbed the Sheik by the wheelchair, Nikolai Volkov was actually with the Sheik that day, and he was running behind us screaming, "Can I be in it? Can I be in it too?" And we wind up writing him into the episode on the idea of the show. And when I kind of gave him the gist of, I wanted him to, of course, hit me with a coconut by the end of the episode, I had to ask him. I said, I can't. I don't think I can let you hit me with a solid coconut. I'm assuming you'll either kill me or I'll be knocked out, right? And he was like, yeah, brother, you can score up the coconut, you cut it up a little bit, you get the slices in it, you have it so it's ready to break, then you smash it. So, I don't give any, secrets away, but I have a feeling it wasn't a solid coconut that he got blasted with.
Find it.
Right. So I don't know if you might be referring to two books. I know your producer is referring to my first book, which was Start with the Dream, right? So Start with the Dream is my autobiography, which is right here.
And we're going to put a link in when we post the show.
Awesome. So this is available on Amazon. This is kind of the history of my life. It's called Start with the Dream, a drummer's journey from rock and roll to TV to Broadway. And it kind of goes through my history as a musician and, my dream as a kid of being a musician and growing up in the 80s and loving not only rock music, but wrestling. And the whole book is really about me loving and dreaming of becoming either a musician or a wrestler. It just so happens that in my real life, I went the musician route. I became, a national touring drummer, a recording drummer. I was on Broadway for years. I still am on Broadway, hopefully when it reopens. So my next book, which is what we're also referring to, Wrestling with JOEYLICIOUS, this is kind of the alternate reality. This is what if I didn't become a successful musician and I went the route of becoming a professional wrestler. So this is it's heavily based on my real life. A lot of the occurrences in here are based on my real life. The Scally character, the mom character, all true characters in my real life. Even the shorts have a lot of, real life stuff in them. But it is the alternate reality of what I always DVR. And me and my buddies from my band, we actually did a hot dog eating contest. And, I don't know if you guys ever tried one of those before, but no. It is extremely hard. I did win. I think we did 10 minutes. I had 15 dogs in 10 minutes. I know I'm no Joey Chestnut, but I did 15 dogs in 10 minutes. My jaw was killing me for about a week, and I vomited all over the street.
Thankfully, it's starting to come back around, but especially with AEW now. Yeah, do you have a favorite in AEW or?
I mean, obviously, I'm a big Jericho fan. He's he's holding court over there, but you could see so much talent. MJF is going to be a monster. You obviously can see them setting up for this big giant feud between him and Jericho. So that's coming, I'm sure. But he's the next big heel, I think, in wrestling. He's so good at everything he does. But there's a lot of guys over there, even like, Jurassic Express, I really like. I enjoy. There's a lot of guys over there. Orange Cassidy's really good. But I enjoy everything they're doing over there. I do wish the women's division start to get a little stronger. I think they're not giving those girls enough time. WWE, to me, their strong point for the last 4 or 5 years, maybe their only strength has been their women's division. So I wish AEW tried to focus on that a little bit.